Game 3 of the current series. If you've not seen the preceding games, you should probably check them out first. Link in the description, as well as in a button on the video. Game 3 now, between Polt and Lucky, in the round of 4 at Assembly. Now, TSL.Polt will be our blue Terran, spawning up in the 8 o'clock position here on Antigua Shipyard, while Lucky is the red Zerg up in the 2 o'clock position. These last couple games have been, I just want to say, fairly standard Terran versus Zerg, both kind of leaning towards the macro side of things.
Yeah, a lot of Marine tank medvac. Game 1, Lucky got a pretty decent-sized mutaball going, but Polt had Thors to answer for it and just kind of provoked an attack into siege tanks, and that ended it for Lucky. Game 2, just really good infestor play in Ultra and keeping Polt on 2 bases for most of the time, and then outmassing him by the time he had his 3rd established, just sort of got him the win.
Yeah, successful Ultra Link switch, with backed up with superior upgrades. This time, though, I mean, obviously that's a map that encourages long macro play, but Antigua Shipyard, a little bit of the same story. Neither player showing any signs of doing anything too unusual so far.
Yep. Drone Scout coming in. It's another fairly early Drone Scout, though. There's not a whole lot to see other than the fact that there isn't a whole lot to see. He sees the SCV going to drop the early command. Doesn't get a chance to block it, but he's taking a few pot shots out of the SCV. And dropping his own hatchery at his own natural.
Yeah, hatchery very slightly late, went down in 15 rather than 14 hatch. Yeah, Polt also, for his own part, 14 command. Now the barracks is going up to help complete the wall off for the main. SCV's trying to fight off this drone. Drone's still surviving and being annoying.
Yep, Polt building a second barracks up in the north side of his base after he thought he scared the drone away. But the drone sees it.
The drone is now trapped behind this other supply depot. And I'm just gonna go up and start poking at the SC or at the barracks under construction. Another SCV chasing him away. And there's now finally a Marine on the way from the other barracks. So that drone's time will be numbered.
Yep, Lucky.
The link speed now starting up.
Yep, Lucky just leaving one drone in the gas now.
Polt has an SCV coming in. He sees the spawning pool working. But he's going to be chased away by the first couple lings. A couple lings from the natural almost catch him, and the queen finishes it off. Polt now going for 2 more barracks, that'll take him up to 4 racks.
Yep, Lucky getting a little bit supply capped here. 28. Actually, still supply blocked. There we go.
Bunker being built, this time by Polt's natural, up at the top of his ramp defensively. Also quickly getting up a couple supply depots to turn that into a wall.
Yep, barracks 3 and 4 finishing now.
One of them drops a tech lab right away, the other one starts pumping Marines.
Whaling nest going down behind the mineral line at the natural.
Yeah, Lucky's still on 1 gas, though. Oh no, he has 1 gas each gas. 2 gas.
Yep. But Lucky also swapping to Zergling production rather than drone production. 14 in the queue. 24 in the queue.
Stem is now on the way. He's also getting another bunker behind his wall, the natural.
I guess just expecting the banelings to break it.
Here come Lings streaming out across the map. 2 groups of them, as well as a couple stragglers.
Yep, 2 reactors on the 2 barracks about to finish.
Polt dropping a 3rd command center up in his natural, into the edge. Bunch of banelings on the way as Zerglings all grouped up. Right near the southern central position. Banelings finish, now the Lings are all streaming forward.
Yep,
Here
19
to the ramp.
banelings. 32 Zerglings.
Banelings blow up the bunker and one of the supply depots. Bunch more banelings making their way forward. 1 detonating on the orbital command. They get rid of that bunker that was behind. Now heading up the ramp. A couple minor detonations. A few marauders that are in the way. Doing a great job being in the way here and absorbing the baneling below busts. Or bursts. Yes. Banelings are all done.
Yeah,
Zerglings are in the bane, engaging SCVs that have been pulled. Zerglings about to be cleaned up. It looks
5
like,
new banelings getting morphed in low ground. And more Zerglings getting streamed out across the map.
Zerglings going to work on the remains of that wall.
Yep, and they kill the SCV that was building the 3rd command center.
Yeah, Lucky's up at 64 to supply to Polt's 58. Polt is supply blocked from the loss of these supply depots, but he will be unsupply blocked quickly. Yep, there he goes. And SCV comes over and finishes off that command center. It is transferring into an orbital right away.
Another fairly large group of Zerglings and banelings getting set up here in front of the base.
Yeah, Lucky committing to more of the Spanling bust, committing to an all-in here. As for workers, Polt is down to 32, he took some worker damage, whereas Lucky's at 38. Here come the Lings and Blings again. Lings trying to get a surround on the Marauders. Lings do catch a surround on those forward Marauders. Banelings now coming out on the side. A little bit of indecision here on the Baneling movement. For now,
Yeah,
Lucky
a lot
is
of
pulling
Marine,
back out.
a lot of Marines cut on the high ground, covering the 2 Marauders that are down on the low ground.
A lot more Lings streaming across the map. There are 41 Lings and 22 Banelings to 22 Marines and 3 Marauders. Lings moving into the natural here. Banelings not blowing up on anything yet. Zerglings going to the natural mineral line. Banelings now making their way up the ramp. Banelings blowing up on the wall. They break the wall. Now, Marines splitting very nicely. Banelings not trading very well against these Marines at all. In fact, the last few Banelings got cleaned up completely, easily. Or cleanly.
Lucky adding a 3rd and his own macro hatch at his natural. As well as grabbing another gas in his main and dropping an Evo chamber.
Polt re-establishing this wall, which will also unsupply block him. He's at 67 out of 65 currently. Lucky at 62 out of 84. He has pulled his Zerglings back to his own bases. Polt's now getting medevacs. Double pumping them from that starport reactor.
Yep. Lucky trying to get economy now, just bumping drones super hard.
Siege tech on the way, also getting the first tank.
Lair just finishing.
This second gas at Polt's natural One of the SCVs is working off of the orbital command that's at the natural, and the other two are both working off the extra macro orbital. Interesting that they would be choosing different paths.
Nope, another one swapped sides. And then left. Sling's breaking the wall down to where Polt's third will go, while Polt's himself is pushing out to the middle of the map with his bioball.
Lings see the movement, try to get behind the army there, move back again. Now they're going in towards the wall. They're going to run into that wall though, and it is reinforced the siege tank.
Infestation
Siege tank can turn around.
Group of Marines and Marauders stim here to catch some Banelings while they're morphing. Kill 5 of them for free. Stimmed up though.
Now
Quinn comes out to poke
Banelings
him.
and Lings moving in. Don't quite get any bursts. Leave the Marauders out ahead, but the Banelings don't fall for it. Marines splitting nicely. One Baneling got a decent few Marines there. So there's 5 Marines left here. A couple medevacs to support. Lings coming in, but also more bio coming in. Help defend them. Banelings blowing up most of the Marauders and on nothing.
Yeah.
Still a decent number of Marines standing here with 4 medevacs for support. Now
Polt
pushing
doing
in
a great
towards
job
the third.
splitting.
Bunch more Zerglings coming in now.
That's the second Queen to die in this push.
Marines all load up into one of the medevacs. There are only 7 of them left.
Yeah, Lucky now, though, because of that push, is down to half as many Queens as he has hatcheries.
Yeah, Polt is up at 118 to Lucky's 97. And Polt is now moving out with a larger army. To reinforce these hero Marines. One of these Marines has 10 kills. Another has 9. 2 of them have 9. These are impressive kill counts on these Marines.
Yeah.
Bunch of Zerglings getting us surrounded Marines in the center, though. A few surviving Marines load up. Zerglings heading towards a couple of the Marines came to engage. Now taunting them into tank range. Tanks do a lot of damage quickly.
The Marines with the 9 and 10 kills still alive.
A few more Zerglings trying to run in towards Polt's main. There's plenty of Marines here as they try to join the main army. Trying to sneak in again though, but the Marines are still here. Going in towards the third mineral line. Not a whole lot of Lings here though. Just a couple Marines helping clean that up. They're catching a few of the mules. They kill 3 mules. Now they turn to engage the Marines and actually kill the Marines. Now there's just 3 Zerglings left working on these SCVs.
Yeah, it's actually doing a ton of damage because Polt's not really reacting to it.
Yeah,
A couple Marines stim after leaving the bunker. They'll clean these up now, but that detected a ton of damage for what it was.
Now Polt knocking down the rocks towards Lucky's third. A few infestors dropping swarm eggs, or dropping infested terrans on top of the forward tank. Does get the tank killed.
Lucky poking in and Polt's main gets pushed away by a siege tank and bunker.
Those debris are now gone.
Spire's about halfway done, and the Hive is on his way.
You have also Lucky about to have +2 Carapace, and about halfway done with +2 melee attacks. We have a bunch of Zerglings with infestors reinforcing them towards this tank line. It's a bunch of Marines and Fungals, and Zerglings have a decent surround on some of the Marines, but they do have their backs to a wall, helping prevent a complete surround, and more Marines to join and push that back. Now overall, Lucky's up at 150, supply to Polt's 138. 8 more Infestors currently on the way, 24 more Zerglings. +2/2 for the infantry, about 2/3 of the way down each. A few more Marines coming here, they get fungal, and Zerglings come in and surround them, kill most of them. Zerglings do not commit to pushing further into the tank line though.
Yeah. Sort of the leapfrog tanks that they keep on pushing into whenever they want to kill anything is definitely not helping them. New command center started at Polt's third.
Polt streaming off more Marines and tanks to join this almost contain. There's force sieged up outside of Lucky's third.
Yeah, massive flock of 100 Zerglings sort of bouncing between the natural and the third here, though.
British Spire now on the way as some Infestors and Zerglings pushing towards this group. Cleared out a couple of their early tanks, a few Marines are getting killed and getting caught by more Fungals behind as he went to the flank. And Lucky looks like he's starting to clean it up. He does clean it up, catching the last few things in a few more Fungals. Most of the Zerglings are dead though, but a lot of the Infestors survived at least, and that's what's important. Just a couple Medivacs surviving to leave.
Yeah, 13 Infestors. Some of them a little bit in orange, but they'll have time to recover and maybe even get some transfused. Corruptors and Greater Spire are on the way, though.
Meanwhile, Polt is now getting 3/3 for his infantry, also getting +2 for his vehicles.
Yep, both mains are mined out. And the naturals are both actually looking fairly anemic.
Greater Spire is just about to finish. It does finish. And instantly 8 Broodlords smurfing.
Lucky dropping his fourth.
Polt is establishing the Planetary Fortress at his central expansion, also transferring CVs there. Lucky getting his fourth over around the 4 o'clock position. Transferred a bunch of drones very early. They have the extremely long distance mining trip ahead of them.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't become tank infested, though. They're awfully close to the center, which is being entrenched right now by Polt.
Broodlords and Infestors advancing. Some Queens trying to keep up, but there's no creep here to help them out. Just a few Zerglings on the ground, also a few Corruptors.
Polt stimming some Marines, moving in towards Lucky's fourth.
Broodlord's about to be sieging the mineral line. And they're dropping their broodlings on the mineral line. SCVs get pulled. Marines trying to clean up the broodlings, but the siege is continuing. With more and more broodlings just constantly piling in from these 8 Broodlords. Broodlords pull back for now.
Polt elevatoring some Marines into the main.
Yeah, I've also had some tanks siege to the low ground, but those tanks are now under fire by the Broodlords. Marines continue to push into the main, get rid of the Spine Crawler, now working on one of the gases. Here come the Corruptors to kill off the Medivacs, and some Zerglings to help try and kill off some of the Marines. Second Medivac goes down, no more Medivacs. Just a few Lings trying to clean up these Marines. The Marines do win. Now Stem chasing after the Corruptors.
Turning down the spawning pool now.
In that, Lucky's fourth was destroyed.
Yeah, Lucky does clean up those Marines and keeps the spawning pool.
Marines now stemming in towards Lucky's third. Get rid of the Spine Crawler quickly. A few of them working on the hatchery, a couple Lings here, not nearly enough to try and defend. And here comes Lucky's main army, big fungal on the Marines. More Zerglings coming in, cleaning out the Marines.
4 Medivacs full of another army, dropped in the main again. Looks like they're going to get the Hive and the spawning pool.
Spawning pool goes down. Hive will be going down. Hive does go down. Also catching the gases.
Yep,
Fungal and a bunch of Marines does not finish them off.
Long line of drones, long distance mining at the where Lucky keeps trying to drop his fourth.
Broodlords and Infestors now coming in to try and clean this up. The Marines have mostly loaded up and left. They're just going to catch these couple tanks and Marines that are left behind. Meanwhile, the same drop re-killed the fourth that had been trying to get rebuilt. So Lucky now has no mining anywhere. He just has the long distance mining to his lowest third. Yeah, he has no healthy mining anywhere. He's long distance mining to his third.
Well, Polt is healthily mining at 2 bases. He's gonna have to make something happen. Looks like that's what he's gonna try to do. A lot of Broodlords and Infestors moving out towards Polt's fourth.
There are now 6 Vikings on the field. Here they are over the central base. A couple of them coming forward to start shooting at the Broodlords.
Corruptors
here to...
Yeah, pushing the Vikings back. Yeah, Broodlord's just completely shutting down all the mining at this base, though.
Group of Marines and medevacs going around the side, though. Heading towards that third that's being long distance mined. And also has a hatchery on the way.
Yep, clearing out the Baneling nest at the natural.
Huge fungal on that group of Marines. Double fungal now. A bunch of them die to it. Broodlord's
Greater Spire goes down. Looks like he's going to lose his natural hatch as well.
Yep, natural hatch goes down. The macro hatch at that location is the one that's being used to distance mine. Some Zerglings coming in here try to defend it, also catching a bunch of the Marines in a fungal. The Marines might take down this hatchery. They're going to take down this hatchery. So Lucky just barely has 1 hatchery, having just finished building his hatchery at his 3rd again. And he does clear out that drop. Polt at 124 supply to Lucky at 129. Lucky just barely having, one very oversaturated base of mining.
Yeah, he's hanging in here, though, because he's got just a ton of infestors with really high energy. He's being very careful with his Broodlords and Corruptors and Queens.
He has no tech, though. He is building a spawning pool, and that is his tech.
Yeah. He was literally just thrown into the Stone Age. Maybe not
the Zerg Stone Age. Now, that is low tech there.
Yeah. One Marine poking in at Lucky's 4th, which is kind of his 2nd in a way.
Yeah, hit squad of Marines stem up and are going to take out this 4th. While Lucky now pushing into the center, catches a few of the Vikings and some fungals.
Lucky building a hatchery in the center. Kind of interesting.
Dropping a bunch of infested Terrans on the central mineral line. Lots and lots of infested Terrans here.
Marines at Lucky's only base, clearing out all of the drones.
Yep,
there's nothing here to answer them.
Yeah, Lucky is about to not have a base at all.
But he does have a hatchery on his way, next to the Xel'Naga Tower in the middle. So there's something.
This Marine's now branching off to kill off the rest of Lucky's base, and also catching some Overlords.
The rest of Lucky's base currently consisting of 2 extractors. 1 extractor now, which they left up at the 3rd, or at the 3rd location.
Infestors coming over to Polt's 4th. Dropping a bunch of infested Terrans on it. It's only an orbital command. The orbital command lifts. Marine hit squad coming back to what was Lucky's 3rd, finishing off that last extractor. So Lucky's only building is the hatchery in the center of the map.
Yeah. Which, I guess I feel silly for mocking him about it first, but... Oh, he's building a 2nd hatch now, this time at a base.
Polt's at 125 to Lucky's 84. Lucky is pushing forward the Broodlord infestors. A few queens with this as well. Now, neither side has much of an economy. Polt just has this 1 base with 4 mineral patches left. Mining for his side. Now he has Marines coming from the back here, trying to attack. They get fungled and killed fairly quickly. Trying to take out that hatchery from behind. They got it down to about half health.
Spawning pool getting down.
Now a 3rd hatchery going down at the southern central position.
It's a very late spawning pool, I would say.
33-minute spawning pool is somewhat late.
Oh, looks like he's going to try to push in here into this position.
Yep, Broodlord sieging in under that bunker. Get rid of the bunker fairly quickly. There's a couple Thors and a bunch of Marines now pushing forward. Big fungal on some of the Marines. Lots of big fungals, but Infestors dying quickly too, and also Broodlord's under a lot of fire from these Vikings.
Yeah, there are no Corruptors here to deal with the Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings
Broodlords are completely cleared out.
All the Broodlords. Infestors are out of energy.
Yeah, Lucky GG's out.
And they were both on next to no economy at the end there. That was not necessarily over for Lucky until he lost that last fight. Perhaps because of the Vikings, it could have been predicted to be over, but that was an exciting one there. Very unusual.
Absolutely.
Well, that does put Polt up 2-1 going forward into the rest of this best of 5.